everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tamara and here we talk all things social work or social work related. So today I am going to talk about how I was able to land my first adjunct position as a professor teaching social work courses. Now many people and even I thought like, do I need to get my doctorate? I don't have any formal, certification in teaching. Can I really obtain a position like this without any actually teaching a class or a course? And the answer to that is yes. And I'm going to tell you how I did that and how you can do that as well in this video, okay? So first let's talk about qualifications. So usually in order to teach bachelor level courses, like someone who's trying to obtain a 4-year degree, you have to have at least a master's degree. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to talk about social work because that's what I was hired. That's the course I was hired to teach, and that's what I know. So in order to teach bachelor level social work classes, you have to have at least a master's degree. Now there are some universities that require a higher degree of higher level of education, such as a doctorate in social work. However, I will say a plethora of universities are just asking for a master's degree. And I will say right now, this is the time to apply. If you've been thinking about teaching a course, especially social work courses, there is such a need. I receive so many emails every day about universities that are asking for social work professors, people to teach social work courses. Even the university that I teach for, I received a few emails saying like, hey, do you know anyone who would be interested in teaching this course? Please, send them my email or give me their email. You'll receive a referral bonus. Like there's a dire need for professors right now, especially social work professors, especially adjunct professors. So all you need is a master's degree if you want to teach bachelor's level social work courses. So I have a master's degree in social work. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, so I also have my LCSW. Have I actually taught a class, like I was an instructor? No. However, I will say that I have transferable skills and I use that in my resume. For example, when I did my internship at the VA, I had to create a curriculum on mindfulness, and I had to teach a class on mindfulness. I had to teach a lot of classes. So I use that in my resume to use that as transferable skills. In my position that I do now, I don't actually teach a class, but I talk about, and I guess you can say I teach social skills. I talk about, empathy, being able to manage emotions and different things. So you can say that you teach as well. You have to think outside the box and be able to use your skills to transfer to the position that you want, especially with teaching. So that's something that you can do. Even if you haven't actually, formally taught, don't be afraid to use things that you've done in the past and transfer that to the position that you want. So that's what I did. So I did that. And I also paid someone who, pretty much a social worker who has like a consulting business. I paid him and I asked him, look at my resume, look at some things, what do you think? And he gave me some pretty decent feedback. And one of the things was pretty much saying like, hey, you have what you need, just a couple pointers here and there. But yeah, my resume is pretty much okay, so once I got my resume together, make sure I have my transferable skills. So once I was able to complete my resume, make sure I put my transferable skills, put all that up there. You also have to have a teaching philosophy. So I looked at a few different teaching philosophies online. You can Google teaching philosophy. You can even Google social work teaching philosophy and see how to complete and write a teaching philosophy. So that's what I did. So I looked at a teaching philosophy. I kind of already had one typed up. Then I just tweaked some things, put that with my resume. And it's actually called, I think it's called a curriculum. I can't pronounce it. I think it's VITAE, I believe. That's what they call it. You can say resume too. So teaching philosophy and my resume together, and I uploaded it to Indeed. So then once I did that, I started receiving a whole bunch of emails saying like, this university's a match, this university's a match, this university's a match. So one of the universities that I was looking at, I saw like the requirements and I was like, yeah, I fit this description. Like I can apply for this. So I applied to maybe 5 or 6 universities. What did I do? 5 or 6? Maybe 4 or 5 universities. And one of the universities that I applied to, I landed it. I was super nervous. I'll do a whole separate video on the interview process, but it really was not that bad. Do not let the interview process scare you to not applying to be an adjunct. Like, you got it. Like, you can do it. So don't be scared, okay? So I did that. I was nervous, but I landed it. I had to do, was it a 6-week or 8-week course? I think it was 6 weeks course on their formats and what they use. And just learning, you know, the ways of their university, their mission statement, everything. So it was a really good experience, because you had to pass that course in order to teach at the university, and you were not compensated. Like, this is, you know, on your own time, but you were not compensated, which I was told it's like that at a lot of universities. You have to do a course or complete some trainings that you're not paid for in order to work at the university. However, I look at it like this. Some of us had to do internships. It's awesome, and now they're starting to pay interns, but some internships are you know, unpaid. So for me, I knew to get my foot in the door, I didn't mind not being paid, you know, for that. I knew that, you know, in the future, you know, especially once I pass and I am gainfully employed at the university, which I am now, then it'll pay off. So sometimes it's not always about the money, it's about where you're trying to go. So I passed the course. And then I was offered my first class, and I also had a mentor who helped me to teach that class. And the class was for 7 weeks, 7-week social work class, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. It was very interesting because I'm also getting my degree, my doctorate degree in organizational leadership. So it was very interesting being a professor and also being a student at the same time, so I understood both ways of everything, you know. But it was a very great experience. I could probably make a whole nother video on that, but I really want to talk to you about applying and saying, do not be scared, do not be discouraged about applying to be an adjunct. Like I said, use transferable skills, get your teaching philosophy. You can apply on Indeed. You can actually upload your resume if you feel comfortable doing that, like I did. Or you can just scan and breeze and just put adjunct faculty social work. You can put it in, you can even Google adjunct faculty and see what pops up. But like I said, I like the fact that when I uploaded my resume that I received hits, matches, you know, so I thought that was awesome. So you can do that. There is also an awesome Facebook group, if you're into Facebook groups, for social workers who are trying to become adjunct faculty or teach. So the Facebook group is called Social Work Higher Ed Faculty Edition. This is an awesome Facebook group. They post jobs up there. There are some faculty who actually work for certain universities that they post positions up there. It's awesome. I love that Facebook group. So if you know, if that's something that will appeal to you, I say go ahead. And I think they have to approve you, answer a couple questions and do that. But I'm telling you right now, the time is now. And I knew that because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing all of these positions are open, you know, and it's like, you know, when people are hiring and they need people, it's kind of like you got to kind of jump on it. So I was like, let me just do this now, because I know that universities are hiring, something I've always wanted to do. Now I will say that once I started applying to some, I was just like, okay, Samira, like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna just keep applying. But I think the last one I think I applied to? Because I was getting a little discouraged. Don't get discouraged. I was getting a little discouraged, but the last one I think I applied to, I was able to obtain an interview and I got hired. So do not be discouraged, but definitely I say if you're interested, if you have at least a master's degree, apply to teach. Like I said, use your transferable skills. You can even Google social work resume, get some ideas on how social work adjunct or professor resumes, get some ideas on what your resume should look like, and go ahead and go for it. Like, this is a year listen, I am recording this on New Year's Day. This is a whole new year, okay? That's why I was like, listen, let me go ahead and put these videos out because, you know, this is a whole new year. We have goals we're trying to obtain. We have things that we're trying to achieve, and I don't want you to be discouraged. you know, get rid of that self-doubt. Get rid of that, of course, social workers, that negative self-talk, because you can do it. What makes the other person more qualified than you? Okay, definitely do it. If you were looking at it, looking for a sign or a reason to do it, go ahead and do it today. I think it's Sunday. Some people are off tomorrow. I think some people, some jobs are honoring New Year's Day holiday for tomorrow, and you're off. Okay, use this time to hone in on your resume, you know, tighten up your skills, your resume, your transferable skills, and go ahead and apply, and do not be scared. Okay, anyway, thank you all for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all later.